very briefly.
Certainly, Mr. Chairman.
Correct one inaccuracy.
Was I inaccurate?
My co-counsel. Just a little.
Okay.
What Mr. Browning said in his affidavit says, I have reviewed the tax records of Charles M. Vance from 2000 to the present. I found that he only owned two. One is the deed which he just quoted from, which is 2002, that's in paragraph 5. And the other is a deed that is the contiguous deed, and there's a typo, it says 1999, but the deed itself is 1989. All he said was, I've looked at the tax records going back to the year 2000. These are the only two parcels I found in his name. So,
Then I stand corrected on that, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Wasn't intentional.
I understand.
didn't suggest it.
Here's the deal, counsel. I don't feel comfortable making a decision on this motion for summary judgment by trying the matter on the affidavits. There is a big question in my mind concerning Dr. Vance. The affidavit does not satisfy my inquiry. I don't necessarily say that Dr. Vance skirted the issue, but he didn't address the issue as far as the court is concerned. And I'm not satisfied with the information that I have. I don't feel that I can make an informed decision on the matter before the court as it presently stands. I could grant the motion, and then it is anticipated that Dr. Vance will be a witness at trial, and he may have a very simple and easy explanation for the confusion, where I can deny the motion and it works a basic unfairness to the respondent. So here is what we have. I can make myself available this week, perhaps, if we can get the doctor to come to the courthouse in Lincoln County to testify. You folks may be able to do this by deposition, and that is one way we can address the issue. I'd be willing to call the doctor right now. I can set up the telephone in my jury room. It can be done on the record. We can get the folks involved in this case back there, and we can call the doctor. I have one or two critical questions which have been identified by Mr. Payton that I need to pose to the doctor. You folks know what we're talking about. Either of you attorneys can pose the question, but I have to find out where he resided, where he was domiciled, not necessarily in the year of 2006, because people can move every day if they want to, but I need to know where he was at the time he filed these candidacy papers. And that's critical. It's critical to my decision, and it's critical to this case. We have other ways of doing this. I'd be happy to devote Monday or Monday morning to this issue. We can take the handwriting expert out of turn and first for whatever remainder we have to deal with, and then address the rest of the case that week. I frankly marked off the entirety of the week because I don't think we'll get this done in 3 days. So if you want to do it that way, I'm agreeable. If you want to simply devote some time Monday morning to this motion, we'll address that, and I'll make a ruling on the record. I'm frankly of a position where I intend to grant this motion for summary judgment if it can be determined that Dr. Vance resided in Magisterial District 3, but I'm going to deny the motion if it's determined that he was domiciled elsewhere. And I'm showing you my hand. That's what I plan to do, and I can do that in 5 minutes based upon the information that is presented. But I have to have that information from Dr. Vance because I don't feel comfortable shooting from the hip and making a decision without the proper evidence before the court.
All right, good. Council confer just a minute here.
Certainly. And if you want to break for 5 minutes, we can do that.
Yeah.
Let's take a break for at least 5. All right, to confirm on the record, it's taken longer than anticipated in order to try to speak with Dr. Vance so that we could find out whether or not we could schedule his deposition or another proceeding to take his testimony. The short answer to that is we've been unable to speak with Dr. Vance. I've called 2 numbers at his clinic. I've called his house, and we are unable to track him down and otherwise speak to him. My secretary is continuing to try to get in touch with him as I speak, but it looks like we may not be able to speak with Dr. Vance until in the morning at 9 o'clock. We can discuss where to go from there. Council, if you wish to set up a general deposition tomorrow at his office and hope that he will be there and you can take his testimony at that time, that's agreeable with the court. I can try to go to Lincoln County sometime this week and we can subpoena him in for testimony, or we can deal with the matter Monday morning if you wish to do that. I'm agreeable to almost anything that you folks suggest.
Your Honor, might I propose that counsel for the parties meeting with the board at the time to be with the board around 9.
All right.
And then we can try to, again, call Dr. Vance's office. If at that such time he's not available, I can try to make him serve with the subpoena for that position and or for a hearing the court schedule beforehand.
Okay.
But we could agree to a course of conduct at that point.
Sorry, Mr. Terry, what I can do, Your Honor, then I can just come here in person in the morning. You gonna participate by phone?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right, then we can just use your speakerphone, because I'll be down here to play. I'll just come by here in the morning, till before 9, and then we can see what transpires, and we'll all have our calendars and dockets ready to figure out where we're going to go from there.
That's certainly agreeable with the court. I think it's a sensible idea. So we'll plan to touch base at 9. You'll call in Mr. Carey, and Mr. Payton, you will be here, and we will hopefully know more about the situation. As I say, Dr. Vance's input and testimony is critical to the court's decision. All right, now let me ask this, just in case I'm able to get in touch with Dr. Vance either this evening or tonight, and I can persuade him to give this deposition tomorrow, when would be a good time for you folks?
Your Honor, I'm available to make any time available.
Okay.
Same would be, Your Honor. I mean, obviously, probably close of business might be better, or afternoon. I'm going to be down here in the morning, appear at 9. It's about 2 hours from here to Harts. It's quicker to drive from here to Harts by going to Charleston. And back down the corridor where the Chapman's going out. I'm sure that is to drive from here up through Ascot or Mullins or wherever you have to go. The man might not get through here. Actually, he might just drive off into the might find Dr. Vance's home somewhere along there.
All right, let's just be flexible in the matter and see what we can do. If he should happen to call me, and I've left a message giving him not only the number here, but my home number, I'll try to set something up, and then I'll convey the information to you folks in the morning. Okay, is that all the damage we can do today?
I believe it is, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. This hearing is